Hi everyone, I'm here in Vermejo, New Mexico at the Castilla Creek, which is a beautiful babbling brook home to the Rio Grande cutthroat trout. I'm here to learn more about the 15-year-long restoration project and learning about the life history of the Rio Grande cutthroat trout that I'm going to attempt to fish and catch for the first time. So come with me and we'll see if I make that happen.
The aboriginal Rio Grande cutthroat trout, also known as cutties. Fished by the ancient Anasazi civilization, they are also the first trout to be identified in the New World by early explorers. The health of the cutties reflects the health of other Vermejo species, from the bison and elk that graze near the rivers to the tiny macroinvertebrates between the rocks. They improve stream and riparian health, so you can imagine them as the mini managers of their ecosystem. Once nearly endangered due to the competition with non-native invasive trout, Ted Turner Reserves and the New Mexico Department of Fish and Game began the conservation comeback project for this key indicator species.
So these trout are very, very sensitive. Some of the most sensitive trout. They love their water to be 40 to 50 degrees. It's kind of that cutthroat's prime habitat. And so if you have no beavers in the ecosystem and that water is starting to warm up because there's less willows, there's less, oxbows in there, they just can't survive.
As Mason and I walked to the conservation site of Castilla Creek, I had to ask how they were able to save the cutthroat trout from, well, literally going belly up.
Just like this. So for a long time in all of Vermejo, there was a lot of stocking of non-native fish species. So you had a lot of brook trout, rainbow trout, brown trout that were stocked on this property. And it was one of the big reasons why the cutthroat got so close to being on that endangered species list, is because it was kind of on the bottom of that pyramid per se. So like the rainbow trout would crossbreed with them and dilute their genes, making cut bows. Brown trouts would just eat them because they were smaller than them. And then the brook trout would outcompete them on their food sources. And so those cutthroats were on the bottom, just getting outcompeted. Here on the Vermejo, what we've been doing is a lot of, us fishermen and fishing guides when we're out here, it's if you catch a brook trout, take it out of the river ecosystem. Don't catch and release the brook trout, only catch and release those cutthroats so we can get as many of those brook trout out of this river population as we can.
So here is a cutty. So we're gonna get him some water, and like I was telling you, we want to wet our hands. Okay. So get our hands wet. And then when you're handling them, it's going to be super gentle when you're picking them up. If you were to squeeze them, he's going to think you're a bird of prey coming after him. So he's going to start wiggling more. I'll get this fly out of his mouth. There we go. All right, I'll get him some water. But yeah, so it's just going to be like you're scooping them up, basically.
Okay. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm trying to not hurt him. Oh.
Beautiful, just like that.
Either.
Exactly. So if you look at right here at his jawline, see that orange line? That is what gets the cutthroat their name. Another thing with the cutthroat, especially our Rio Grande cutthroat, that you can see is this beautiful leopard pattern in their tail. Yes. So that gorgeous, gorgeous pattern there. And they have those oval spots running down their midline here. So those are kind of the main distinctions for one of the Rio Grande cutthroats. All right, we'll let this buddy go. He's been out of the water long enough. And when we let trout go, you want to put them in a calm stream and let them swim away from your hand naturally.
After casting and almost catching my first cutty, I felt like I was a part of the conservation story at Vermejo. From extensive research on riparian ecosystems to the successful catch and release program for guests, cutties now happily swim through the riffles and eddies at Castilla Creek. These cutties lay the foundation for large mosaics of native plant communities, grazing mammals, migrating birds, and essential pollinators. Reciprocity, care, and diligence shaped by the hands of indigenous land knowledge and Vermejo conservationists like Mason sustain the thriving Rio Grande cutthroat trout populations for generations to come. So the next time you're at your local babbling brook, remember, the fish at the end of your hook could carry rich life histories, even being the anchors of their own ecosystems.